MS Dhoni is basically the heartbeat of the Indian one-day team for all the time I played against him. Mr. Cool, Mr. Calm, Mr. Collected and Mr. Brilliant.
One of the calmest cricketers I've seen in my life, and I think one of the most intelligent ones at that.
You can only describe him as a once-in-a-generation or a lifetime player. Such a good leader, marvellous cricketer and a big game player.
Brilliant cricketer, brilliant leader and one of India's greatest.
MS Dhoni, I think the best one-day captain, in my opinion, India's ever had.
I can't remember one because they all seem the same. You'd not get him out at first, he'd take his time and then he'd smash our bowlers' Yorkers back over their head for six.
I remember quite a few innings, but one thing which really stood out early on in his career, when he was actually fighting for a place, was that 100 against Pakistan. And apart from that, there's one more which I feel was a brilliant innings, was I think 183 at Jaipur against Sri Lanka. I've never seen Muthiah Muralidharan being manhandled in the way he did. So yeah, that innings really stands out for me.
Well, I remember just one shot recently actually, and it was not in international, it was in the IPL when he come up against his old friend Mohit Sharma at the Kings 11 versus Chennai, and he pumped him into the stands about 4 times in the over. It was vintage MSD, just opening the left leg, getting the helicopter out and sending that cherry into the stands. Another one was Australia versus India at Adelaide Oval, where the run rate was, I think he needed 26 off the last over against Clint Mackay was bowling. And, the run rate had gone up and up and up. And, of course, in MSD fashion, polished it off with 1 ball to spare. Brilliant.
Most of the ones against RCB, but I think in particular a couple of years ago where he took down RCB at Chinnaswamy. I think they were in a lot of trouble, and I think he got over 100 runs in a partnership in the back end of the last 10 overs, and he stole a game away that we never thought we were going to lose, and it was just this Dhoni at his best.
77 that he got against Pakistan in Karachi in a 5th one-day, where Yuvraj Singh got 100 as well, but the way he smashed bowlers, we were I think chasing 280, 87 that day. And we did it comfortably. I mean, that was one of the things that stood out of him, that how easy or how calm he was in a chase, hit some massive sixes, which I'll never forget, and that was a very special innings.
I think the greatest value Dhoni brought to Team India was calmness. He always stayed calm, he was never flustered, never flapped, and he made the Indian team believe they could win any game.
I think never panic in any situation. And one thing which I always remember is that with him, it's about getting the work done. It's not about looking pretty. It's not about trying to be the most flashy or flamboyant, but given the situation, the ability to adapt and to get the work done.
Yeah, I think he brought such a level of calmness actually to, and not just on the field but also off the field. And he gave lots of courage to lots of young players to go out and perform the best they possibly can. He somehow brings out the best in everyone, gives them courage to be their best.
His ability to assess the situation, I think it's such an underappreciated commodity, and he knew when to attack, he knew when to defend, not only as a batsman but also as a captain.
I think the biggest value that, in my opinion, he brought was just to soak up all the pressure, just be calm under pressure. Particularly while chasing. He just had so much control of the game, so much feel about it, and was so confident about his own ability to get it done that it just brought so much calmness to the team, even under immense pressure, which showed even more so during the World Cup.
I think just with his wicket keeping, it was his general body language. He was so calm, he was so cool. He didn't miss anything, stood up to the stumps, very quick the stumpings, and just missed a call.
I think the ability to preempt what the batsman's going to do, I think second to none.
Yes, I will certainly miss when he pretends to catch the ball and actually just lets it go through his fingers because he knows it's going to hit the stumps. I'm going to miss that. So it looks like an error, but he's actually meaning to do it. It's priceless.
how quickly his stumpings were some of the best in the world. Never had any take back or follow through once he grabbed it. He just whipped the bails off, or even when he knew he had them out, he just held it there for a little bit. So he's one of the best keepers to spin that I've ever seen.
The one thing you'll miss is his conversations with bowlers. I think that gave you great insight of how he used to think about the game, how much feel he had for the game, and how much he thought on his feet. That will be one of the things that we miss behind the stumps, that we could hear his chat with the bowlers.
This is going to worry India because I don't think you have anyone who's going to fill Dhoni's shoes. You need to find a completely new character. MS Dhoni is MS Dhoni. Always has been. Was completely different. That's what made him so brilliant. Don't try and fill his shoes because that will ruin whoever you try and do. Rishabh Pant, give him the gloves, give him the bat and see how brilliant he can be.
I don't think these are too big shoes to fill. So I don't think you should try and even try and fill them. I don't think there'll be another Dhoni for me. He's just been a very special cricketer.
Rishabh Pant is a little bit like Brad Haddin to Adam Gilchrist. You'll probably never fill the shoes, but you'll become pretty close to being exceptional as he was. Not with his leadership, but with his keeping and his batting skills.
Rishabh Pant, I think, is the player for the future. I think he offers so much balance to the Indian team, and he'll go a long way to filling that hole that MS Dhoni has left in the Indian cricket team.
To fill Dhoni's shoes, it's going to take something superhuman. That's his achievements, particularly in one-day cricket. I think Rishabh Pant at the moment, obviously, who's already playing Test cricket for India and has had a bit of success early in his career, clearly has the goods. Only time will tell if he's as successful as MS Dhoni, because that is going to be a very hard thing to achieve.